Hello, let's do Wordle number 1134 for Saturday, July 27th. And I asked for two starting words related to coffee shops in some way. And Mary Maxie suggested latte, which was most of the suggestions, and beans. All right, just an E at the end. I'm thinking about putting R second, some kind of vowel in the middle, and then an E at the end. Crime. Is there some way I can make this related to coffee shops, though? That would be fun. Like, there's a bunch of options, so... you have to drive to coffee shops. That's a bit of a stretch. Some people write to coffee shops, but there's no T, so I'm not going to do that. All right. Are you driving to your local coffee shop to have coffee? All right, I and E were correct. Is there a clock that chimes at your coffee shop? Okay, so at this point I need to actually go for the answer. I mean, those were all both possible answers, although I don't know if we've had drive before. It feels familiar. I'm thinking that C probably doesn't go second. It feels much better being ICE here. So what are our options? R and L are gone. It could be juice, right? Juice. You get juice at your coffee shop? Honestly, I don't see much else that works. Is there another UICE? I don't think so. Is there something other than that? Is there like OICE? It doesn't look very good, does it? Is there a way to... We can't repeat the E here. We could put the E here, and then ICE. And that doesn't look good either. I don't think effice is a word. I don't know. So, something along those lines feels like a word, but I don't think it's exactly EFICE. Maybe I'm thinking of suffice. Is there a similar word that's like just starting with E? Anyway, I really don't see how starting with E works. Let's look at U. It might just be juice. I'm concerned if I guess juice, like that J is not going to be helpful. And then we're on guess 6. So I'm a little bit concerned, but I really can't think of any other word. So I'm just going to go for juice. It was juice. Wow. Juice is actually not that easy to think of, especially with just the ICE ending and not being confident that it's ICE because the C could technically have gone second. But yeah, I'm thinking Wordlebot will tell us juice was the only common word left. I wonder if there are any uncommon words or things I didn't think of. I did give it a lot of thought, though. So yeah, juice and 5. Juice is a tough word. I could see there being casualties today because it's just such a weird word. It is very vowel heavy, though, so people who get a lot of vowels on their starts are probably fine. People who go for the consonants, which is someone like me, I much prefer going for consonants. Usually don't go for that J, so you're gonna have a struggle there. So it's interesting. There are definitely some words that vowel heavy starts, like adieu and stuff like that. Audio, that sort of thing, are gonna have an advantage. All right, well, let's consult Wordlebot here and see if I can even remember what my start was. It was latte and beans, I believe. Yeah, latte beans. And we just had this E. So it would go with crude as the best option. Interesting. Yeah, it did go for that R second, though. So I was right to think of the R second. But I did drive because of the coffee shop theme, and probably not the best option. But anyway, we did not get that. We got the I and the E. Oh, wow. So we were down to chime and juice, and that's exactly what I guessed. I did not realize when I went with chime that it was one of two possible answers left, other than ogime and oxime. And as soon as I did chime, now it was only juice. Sorry, now it was only juice. Wow. And people have pointed out that this does say goose egg when there's 0 unlikely possibilities. And so why didn't I know what that goose egg meant 0 for the mini crossword yesterday? And the reason is because I thought this was just nonsense. It didn't connect with me that goose egg meant 0. I just thought, I was like, oh, that's kind of funny that he chose to put goose egg there when there aren't any possibilities. It didn't even like occur to me that might mean something. Anyway, now I do. Now I know that goose egg means 0, and hopefully I'll remember that in the future. All right, let's look at what it would do from latte beans. It would do crude. So juice, we do get the U for juice, which is nice, and we get the C, so that's quite good. And so now it's only juice. Wow, so it gets juice in 4, and it's forced. If starting from the start with salé, juice would have this E. So then it would go with drone. And so we get the E at the end, and that's it. Then it goes with peace. Interesting. So we get the CE ending, and the I is yellow. And then now it's only juice. Wow, that's crazy. That ICE ending is quite limited, apparently. Cool. And I want to know what happens if you start with adieu. A-D-E-I-U, I believe. So we get the U, we get the I, we get the E. So it's going to go with sweet, which gets UIE, and then guile or juice. So it's a 50-50 to get it in 3 or 4. Interesting. Okay, so let me know if that's kind of what happened with you for adieu, if that's what you started with. I'm not going to do it much more. I think that's enough analysis. All right, well, let's spin the wheel of themes and see what tomorrow's theme will be. All right, musical instruments, suggested by Brandon Baker. So just leave a comment with 2 starting words for me related to musical instruments in some way. And of course, if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.